Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'll be showing you how to replace your main LCD on your PSP 2000 console. And as you can see, unfortunately I messed up mine. Probably just fell off my desk and hit something. So we're gonna go ahead and do this entire process step by step. It's very easy, very simple. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll be showing you my new LCD here. I ordered this on eBay for about $15. I'll leave the link in the description below. So here's the new LCD. Very excited to get this replaced. There's two ribbon cables at the bottom there. One for the backlight and one for the pixels, I think. And here are the tools that were included. So with this LCD, they'll throw in a bunch of free tools, and you have a couple of prying tools, plastic prying tools. Very nice, with different handle. You got the round one, and you got the kind of like the cross style. And then you have some guitar picks. Plastic guitar picks for prying off the faceplate. Two different types, as you can see, for I guess better handling. And then you got your suction cup to take off the LCD, but we're not going to use this. I rarely use the suction cup unless I'm replacing like an iPhone screen. So you get two different screwdrivers. Very nice. And these are the tools that I'm going to be using the most. So there is a total of 7 screws that we have to remove in order to take off this faceplate. So we're going to take out the battery, take off the battery door, and just remove the battery. And you're going to find one screw at the top here, and then you're going to find another screw at the bottom here. And typically you're going to have that warranty sticker under that, and when you peel it off, the warranty will be voided. But if it doesn't matter to you, then go ahead and just do it. Next up, we got 2 screws in the back here. We have one there and we have one here. Then at the top, next to the USB port, you'll see 2 smaller screws. And then at the bottom, you'll have another screw. So that is a total of 7 screws. Let's go ahead and remove those. In order for me to make sure that I don't mix up the screws, I look at it on the back side like this, and the way I will be aligning my screws is I'm going to take off this one first, and then I'm going to put the second one at the bottom here, and then these 2 screws on this side, we're going to put them here, and then the bottom one next, and the top 2 over here. Once you got your 7 screws off, you can try to take the faceplate off. If you have a hard time taking it off, I suggest using one of the prying tools. Next up, we're going to be taking off the home and volume bar. So we're just going to use our flat tool here, and we're gonna go this corner, and we're just gonna pry that open. That should come off here easily, just like that. Moving on to the next side here, I'm just gonna go under here and take that off. Nice and easy, guys, nice and easy. And now we're gonna take off the LCD itself. So we're gonna go at the top here. can see, and it's just gonna clip off. Okay, so now we're looking at the internal components of the PSP 2000, and you see all sorts of craziness. The two ribbons we want to take off are these two here, this little one and this long one here. I wouldn't mess with anything else. So in order to take this off, you want to go in the middle, kind of get your flat tool under there, and then clip it up. Be very careful not to do the edges because you can break this plastic piece. All right, we're going to take off the next ribbon here, and we got to be very careful with this little door. This door is very fragile, so you don't want to pry it open too hard or else you're going to break that off. So we're just going to be very gentle, and you should hear a clipping sound. Just want to get under there. Boom. That LCD is already broken, but I really did not want to mess with this little door. I broke this one on my previous PSP, and it did no longer shut. So we want to make sure that these two doors aren't intact, because if they're not, they won't hold the ribbon properly and you won't be able to have any image on your LCD. So there we go, we took off the broken LCD. Very easy. Now it's time to place the new one on. Before we install the LCD, make sure to remove the protective plastic. Okay guys, now we're going to put the new LCD on, and I know before I said do not mess with any of these other ribbons, but I am actually going to take off this one here, which is the home and volume controls. So I'm just going to take this off so I can have some room to actually put on the new LCD, because it's going to be very tricky if you have that just moving around in front of you. So let's go ahead and put the new LCD on. So yep, that's it right there. And now all you have to do is push that clip back down. Bam. And now we want to do the smaller one. Now the smaller one is going to be very tricky to do. Now you can bend this cable, no problem. Just make sure you don't bend it too hard. You're just gonna have to work your hands a little bit just to get under there. And make sure you have the door open, because if you have it closed, the ribbon cable will not go inside. Okay, so that was a little tricky, but we got it. Once you got that all the way pushed in, now you can close that little door. And you'll hear a small little clip. And that's it. That's all to it. Alright, so now we are gonna test it and make sure that everything is working before I start clipping anything on. So I'm just gonna grab my battery here, place the battery in, and then we'll power it on. Hopefully it works. Perfect. Looks like it's working just fine. Alright, so now I'm going to put the home and volume button bar back on. Okay guys, so I just put the volume and home button bar back in. So now it's time to clip on the LCD. Before we put the LCD back on, make sure this metal bar is in the right place. This thing does get loose when you take off the LCD, so just make sure it's in the right spot. And then what we want to do is, now we just want to align this. Okay, so now we clip the bar back on and the LCD is in its right place. So now we can put the faceplate back on. Before I do that, I'm actually going to clean out my faceplate. Looks like I spilled some kind of drink on it, so I'm going to go ahead and clean all that off before I put the faceplate back on. If you did everything right, your faceplate should pop back on no problem. And if it's not, I would suggest going back and making sure that your LCD is clipped on properly, because if you force this down and you put on the screws, you may end up breaking your LCD. Now that we got the faceplate all aligned perfectly, now we can go ahead and place the screws back on. If you have a magnetic screwdriver, I suggest using it. Otherwise, just try your best to put these screws back on. They are a little bit tricky, and I actually did change my screwdriver here because this one was actually not working out for me for these top and bottom screws. When placing these bottom and top screws, make sure you push that faceplate in so you can align the screws properly into the screw holes. And like I said before, if you have a magnetic screwdriver, I would suggest you using that, as the one that is included is not magnetic, so it is a little bit difficult. All right, so here we go, about to put the battery back on. And there we go, now it's working. Very nice. Now I'll make sure that the bottom controls work also. There we go. There's my volume, down, up. Here's my screen brightness. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is it for this video. That is how you replace your PSP 2000 LCD. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you on the next one.